embrace yourself, because what I am about to reveal might leave you speechless. There is something extraordinary happening right now in your life, something invisible, yet profoundly impactful. It is a silent, hidden truth that has been quietly unfolding around you, shaping your experiences and the way people perceive you. You may not even be fully aware of it, but this truth is the key to understanding why certain events, relationships, and emotions have been surfacing in your life. Today, I am going to unveil this hidden reality, a secret competition you never signed up for, but one that involves people you hold dear, those you consider your friends, your allies, even the ones you trust most. And here is the startling twist in this unspoken contest: you are the prize. Look carefully at the people around you. Notice the smiles, the supportive words, the gestures that seem genuine. But beneath that surface lies something unspoken, an undercurrent of rivalry and comparison. This competition is not obvious, not overt. It exists in the quiet moments, a remark that feels heavier than it should, a fleeting look that hints at envy, or a conversation laced with subtle judgments. These moments, though small, are signals of a deeper truth. They stem from one undeniable fact: you are stepping into your power, embracing your unique path, and becoming the person you were destined to be. And that makes you stand out. That makes you different. For some, that difference is a beacon of hope and inspiration. But for others, it is a source of fear, discomfort, and even jealousy. You see, your journey is not ordinary. The energy you carry is magnetic, the light within you impossible to ignore. People sense your potential, your ability to rise above challenges, and your relentless pursuit of purpose. They see your glow, your strength, and your unwavering belief in your path. But not everyone knows how to handle such brilliance. For some, it is a mirror, reflecting back their insecurities, doubts, and unrealized dreams. Instead of celebrating your growth, they begin to compare, to envy, and in some cases to resent. And so, this secret competition begins. You never asked to be part of it, yet you find yourself at its center. What was once subtle has now grown louder. The whispers of comparison have transformed into moments of tension, and the jealousy that was once fleeting now lingers. But do not mistake this rivalry for mere negativity. In truth, it is a sign that you are on the right path, that your presence is powerful, and that your growth is undeniable. The light you carry is not just illuminating your path, it is shaking the foundations of others' comfort zones. But why is this happening? And what does it mean for you? It means you are chosen. You are not like everyone else. You have a purpose that is uniquely yours, a journey that only you can walk. Your steps, though sometimes heavy, are guided by something greater than yourself. The universe has chosen you for this path, and with that choice comes both blessings and challenges. The jealousy, the rivalry, the unspoken tensions, they are simply byproducts of the extraordinary energy you carry. You are not just another face in the crowd, you are a catalyst for change, a spark of inspiration, and a force of nature. Now, let me ask you, do you feel that pull? That deep, almost unexplainable connection to what I am saying? If you do, it is not by chance. The universe brought you here for a reason. It aligned circumstances, guided your choices, and led you to this very moment. This message is not random, it is a sign. A sign that you are ready to embrace the truth about yourself and your journey. If this resonates with you, let the universe know. Like this video, subscribe to Cosmic Harmony, and leave a comment with 77 to signal your alignment with this energy. Each time you replay this message, you strengthen your connection to this truth, allowing its wisdom to sink deeper into your being. But before we go further, I must challenge you, stay with me until the end. This is not just a video, it is a call to action, a declaration of your readiness to embrace your destiny. Only those who are truly chosen will remain. If you feel the urge to turn away, it is likely because the truth feels overwhelming. But if you choose to stay, you are choosing courage over fear, understanding over ignorance, and growth over stagnation. By the end of this journey, you will not only understand why this rivalry exists, but also how to rise above it. You will see that being the chosen one is not just an identity, it is a responsibility, a privilege, and a path unlike any other. So, are you ready? Ready to step into your power, embrace your truth, and claim the life that is waiting for you? Because if you are, this is just the beginning. The revelations that follow will change not just how you see the world, but how you see yourself. Together, we will unravel the mysteries of your journey, one truth at a time. Stay with me, and let us begin. Chapter 1. The Silent Shift. Have you ever noticed how things seem to change when you start rising in life? People around you, those you've known for years, start acting differently. It's subtle at first, the shift in energy, a slight change in the way they talk to you or the way they look at you. Maybe you start hearing less excitement in their voices when you share your wins, or maybe they stop showing up to celebrate your milestones altogether. At first you might brush it off as nothing, thinking it's all in your head. But the more you rise, the more obvious it becomes. This isn't a coincidence. What's happening is a silent shift. You're stepping into your destiny, and the energy around you is changing. For the chosen ones, this is a natural part of the journey. As you elevate, so do the reactions of those around you. They can feel it, even if they can't quite articulate it. It's like an invisible line is drawn the moment you start aligning with your higher purpose. The people who once seemed to be in your corner may no longer feel comfortable in your presence. The truth is, they're not reacting to you, they're reacting to you, they're reacting to your light, your growth, your evolution. It's unsettling for them because it highlights their own stagnation. You've stepped into the flow of the universe, and you're moving at a different vibration now. You might not have realized it at first, but your success, your glow, has caused a ripple effect. The energy you carry now is powerful, magnetic, and it commands attention, whether you want it to or not. People who once supported you, who cheered you on, suddenly begin to see you as a competitor. And here's where it gets tricky. This competition isn't friendly. It's not the kind where everyone wins. No, this competition is fueled by envy, insecurity, and the realization that they might not be able to keep up with your pace. They see the height you're reaching and, instead of feeling inspired, they feel threatened. They wonder why it's happening for you and not for them. You become a prize to them, a symbol of what they could never accomplish on their own. And that's when the energy shifts. At first, it's little things. They might start questioning your motives, making snide comments under the guise of just being honest. Or maybe they downplay your achievements, acting like your success is just luck or circumstance, as if the universe somehow skipped over them and handed you the golden ticket. Worse yet, they might act like your success is something to be feared. Suddenly, they're no longer happy for you. Instead, they are suspicious. Why is it happening so fast for you? How did you manage to get so far ahead? What are you doing that they're not? This happens because they don't see the hard work you've put in behind the scenes. They weren't there when you were sacrificing, when you were staying up late, when you were doubting yourself but still pushing forward. They don't understand the spiritual journey you've been on to get where you are. All they see is the result, and it makes them uncomfortable. Your success, your glow, it's a mirror reflecting back at them all the things they've neglected in themselves. It's a reminder of their own unfulfilled potential, of the dreams they gave up on, of the goals they never chased. And instead of facing that truth, it's easier for them to project their discomfort onto you. They see your light shining so brightly, and it reminds them of their own darkness. It's a hard pill for them to swallow. How is it that you, someone they once considered their equal, have managed to rise so high? They start to question everything: your intentions, your capabilities, even your authenticity. They can't comprehend how you've managed to align with your purpose, so they convince themselves that something must be wrong with you, that you've changed, that you somehow cheated the system. And that's the thing, chosen one, you have changed, but not in the way they think. You've evolved. You've ascended. You're moving in alignment with your higher calling. What they don't realize is that you've been doing the inner work for years, maybe even decades. While they were busy staying comfortable, you were busy growing. While they were gossiping and wasting time, you were setting goals, making plans, and executing them with precision. They don't see the sacrifices you've made, the inner battles you fought, the tears you shed in silence. All they see is the outcome, and it terrifies them. Because if you could do it, that means they could have too, and that realization is too much for them to handle. So they react in the only way they know how, by trying to dim your light. But here's the truth, chosen one, their reactions have nothing to do with you. This silent shift is simply the universe weeding out the people who no longer serve your highest good. As you rise, as you step fully into your power, those who can't handle your growth will naturally fall away. Their envy, their jealousy, their competition, it's all a reflection of their own inner struggles, not a reflection of your worth. So don't take it personally. Don't let their reactions make you question your path. You were never meant to stay at their level. You were always destined for more, and this silent shift is proof of that. The higher you rise, the more you'll see the true nature of the people around you. Some will celebrate with you, but others will crumble under the weight of their own insecurities. And that's okay. Let them. You're not here to dim your light for anyone. You're here to shine, to rise, to fulfill your destiny. So keep going. Keep glowing. The silent shift is just the beginning. The universe is aligning everything in your favor, and the only thing left for you to do is trust the process and keep walking in your power. Chapter 2. Mai. At some point, the masks start to slip. The people who once wore smiles of support can no longer hide their true feelings. Envy, jealousy, and bitterness begin to seep through the cracks in their facades, and you start to see them for who they really are. It's not always obvious at first. Sometimes it's just a subtle shift in their behavior, an offhand comment, or a fleeting moment where their jealousy flickers across their face before they quickly try to hide it. But the more you succeed, the harder it becomes for them to maintain the mask, and eventually they slip up. They might make a passive-aggressive remark or joke about your success in a way that feels more like a jab. Maybe they stop congratulating you altogether, choosing instead to focus on their own perceived shortcomings, as if your success somehow diminishes their worth. This is when the competition starts to get ugly. As the mask slips, they reveal their true intentions. They were never truly happy for you. They were happy when you were at their level, when you were both struggling together, when your success wasn't a threat to their ego. But now that you've surpassed them, now that you've begun to shine in ways they can't, they can no longer pretend. They'll try to undermine you, discredit you, and make others question your worth. Maybe they'll gossip behind your back, planting seeds of doubt in mutual friends. Or worse, they'll start trying to sabotage your success outright, all while pretending to still be your friend. The mask has fully slipped, but they're still hoping you won't notice. This is where discernment becomes crucial. Pay attention to the people around you and the energy they bring into your life. Not everyone who smiles at you has your best interests at heart. As the mask begins to slip, you'll start to see who's really in your corner and who's only pretending to be. Chapter 3. The Unseen Rivalry. As the silent shift deepens, you begin to notice something else, an unseen rivalry. It's as if a competition has been brewing behind your back, and you didn't even know you were a participant. What started as admiration from those around you has slowly morphed into something much more. Revised version. Darker friends, acquaintances, even family members, people you thought were in your corner, start treating you as if you're their opponent. They begin measuring themselves against you, silently keeping score in a game you never asked to play. But here's the thing about this rivalry: it's rooted in insecurity, not ambition. True competitors compete to improve themselves, to reach new heights. These so-called friends, their competition with you is about tearing you down, not lifting themselves up. They see your success, your glow, and it stirs something inside them, something they don't want to face. Instead of celebrating your victories, they become obsessed with outdoing you, even if it means sabotaging their own progress. You might have noticed it already, the subtle ways they try to one-up you in conversation, the way they minimize your achievements with backhanded compliments, or how they suddenly take an interest in the things you're passionate about. Not because they're genuinely curious, but because they see it as a way to compete. Maybe they've started copying you, your style, your ideas, your plans. At first it might seem flattering, but over time you realize it's not admiration, it's mimicry. They're not trying to be inspired by your success, they're trying to replicate it, to siphon off some of the energy you've worked so hard to cultivate. And when their attempts fall flat, that's when the bitterness sets in. They start to resent you for the very things they once praised you for. Your ambition becomes too much, your confidence is now arrogance, your focus and dedication. They'll say you've changed or become obsessed with success, or worse, selfish. But you see, this unseen rivalry isn't about you. It's about them, their inability to face their own lack of growth. Instead of looking inward, they project their frustrations onto you. And the most dangerous part of this unseen rivalry, it's silent. Most of the time, they won't confront you directly or admit to feeling threatened by your success. No, they'll play it off, pretending everything is fine, while quietly competing with you in their minds. They'll talk about you behind your back, spreading rumors and planting seeds of doubt in others. They'll question your methods, implying that your success couldn't possibly have been achieved through hard work alone. Maybe they'll suggest you've had some unfair advantage, or worse, that you've done something immoral to get ahead. When people feel threatened, their minds will go to great lengths to rationalize their discomfort. They'll convince themselves that you must be cheating in some way, because admitting that your success is the result of dedication would force them to face their own lack of effort. This unseen rivalry can be isolating, but don't let that discourage you. The fact that they feel the need to compete with you is a testament to your power. They see something in you that they don't see in themselves, and it scares them. Instead of being intimidated, take it as a sign that you're on the right track. The more you rise, the more obvious this unseen rivalry will become. The higher you go, the fewer people will be able to keep up with your pace. But that's okay. This journey isn't for everyone. You were chosen for this path, and not everyone can walk beside you. Let them compete, let them project. You don't have to participate in their games. You're here to win on a much higher level. Chapter 4. Walking away from the drama. Eventually, you'll reach a point where you have to make a pivotal choice: engage in the petty competition unfolding around you, or walk away from it entirely. This is a defining moment, one that will shape the direction of your journey moving forward. The envious whispers, the snide remarks, and the subtle or not so subtle attempts to tear you down serve no purpose in your higher calling. This is where you decide whether to let their envy and jealousy drag you into their web of negativity, or rise above it, staying focused on the path the universe has laid out for you. Walking away doesn't mean you're surrendering or giving up. In fact, it's quite the opposite. By walking away, you're taking control. You're showing the world that their games, petty rivalries, and insecurities aren't worth your energy. You're affirming that your success is yours to claim, regardless of who tries to challenge or undermine it. You've sacrificed so much, worked so hard, and overcome countless obstacles to get to where you are today. Are you really going to let the drama of others derail you now? Absolutely not. You've come too far, evolved too much, and put in too many sleepless nights to allow yourself to be pulled down by negativity. This is your journey, and no one else has the right to dictate how it unfolds. When you walk away from the drama, you're making a conscious choice to protect your energy, your peace, and your focus. This doesn't mean you'll never face criticism or negativity again, but it does mean you've chosen not to entertain it. Drama thrives on attention, and by refusing to engage, you're cutting off its oxygen supply. Without your participation, the drama fades away, leaving you with clarity, purpose, and the freedom to keep moving forward. Walking away also signals a new level of self-awareness and spiritual growth. You now understand that the opinions and judgments of others reflect their own struggles, not yours. Their need to compete with you stems from their inability to look inward and work on themselves. That's not your problem. You've already done the inner work, and it's showing in the success and abundance you're attracting. They can't handle it, but that's not your burden to carry. By walking away, you're choosing peace over chaos, purpose over ego. You're letting go of the need for validation from people who can't celebrate your success. As you release that need, new doors will open. People who are genuinely happy for you will begin to gravitate toward you. The universe will send you allies who are on a similar frequency, those who understand the value of support over competition. These are the people who will celebrate your wins, big or small. These are the ones who will uplift and inspire you to keep going. You've reached a level where your peace, focus, and purpose are more important than indulging in unnecessary conflicts. Walking away from the drama doesn't make you weak, it makes you wise. It takes strength and self-discipline to remove yourself from situations that don't serve your growth. It takes courage to leave behind people who once walked with you, but no longer align with where you're headed. This is your life, and you are the only one who can determine who gets to walk with you on this path. Walking away brings with it a sense of freedom. You are no longer weighed down by the opinions of those who can't stand to see you succeed. You are no longer engaging in pointless power struggles or wasting energy on people who don't matter. Instead, you're focused on what truly matters: your purpose, your mission, and the life you're building. You're free to pursue your goals without distractions from those who don't have your best interests at heart. Walking away isn't easy. It takes inner strength to turn your back on people who once mattered to you. It can be painful to realize that some of the very people you thought were in your corner were secretly hoping for your downfall. But the peace you gain from removing yourself from their toxic energy is worth the pain of letting them go. Walking away also requires you to embrace solitude, at least for a time. You might find yourself feeling isolated, as if you're on a path that few others can understand. But know this solitude is where transformation happens. It's where you reconnect with yourself, where you listen to your inner guidance without the interference of others. It's where you find the strength to keep going, even when it feels like the world is against you. So walk away from the drama. Leave behind the petty rivalries and the people who can't celebrate your success. Let them compete with themselves while you continue to rise. Keep your head high and stay focused on your journey. You have nothing to prove to anyone except yourself. Chapter 5. One of the deepest, most primal driving forces behind this ugly competition is the fear of being left behind. Your success serves as a stark reminder to those around you that they haven't achieved what they once set out to do. Instead of using your accomplishments as a source of inspiration and motivation to level up, they become consumed with the fear that your rise somehow equates to their fall. Your success becomes a mirror reflecting everything they feel they've missed out on. Rather than striving to change, they try to shatter the mirror. But here's the truth: your success has absolutely nothing to do with their failure. The universe is infinite, and there's more than enough abundance for everyone. However, not everyone sees it that way. They view life as a zero-sum game, where your rise somehow diminishes their chances. This secret competition is fueled by insecurity and fear, but not everyone is meant to come with you on your journey. The higher you rise, the thinner the air becomes, and the smaller your circle gets. That's okay. Your elevation requires growth, commitment, and self-awareness that not everyone is prepared to reach. Remember, your journey is your own and their path is theirs. The paths are different. The timing is different. And the lessons are different. Instead of embracing this truth, they resist it, clinging to the belief that your progress somehow means their demise. This fear drives them to act out in ways they never would have before. Suddenly they start crossing boundaries, doing things they might have once considered beneath them, gossiping, undermining your efforts, and in some cases, outright sabotaging the progress you've made. All of it stems from their fear of being left behind. It's their insecurity, not your success, that has pushed them into this secret rivalry. But here's what you must always remember: you are not responsible for their fears, insecurities, or feelings of inadequacy. Your success is a reflection of the work you've done, the challenges you've overcome, and the growth you've embraced. You don't need to dim your light to make others feel more comfortable. You don't need to slow down to match their pace or shrink yourself to fit into spaces you've outgrown. The universe chose you for greatness, and not everyone is equipped to handle the altitude at which you're soaring. As you continue to rise, some people will fall away, and that's perfectly fine. Not everyone is meant to walk every step of your journey with you. As painful as it may be to leave some relationships behind, it's necessary for your growth. The more you embrace your true self and align with your higher purpose, the more you'll find that only those equally committed to their own growth will be able to keep up with you. Let them compete if they choose to, but understand that their competition is with themselves, not with you. You are not here to be dragged down into their fear-based games. You are here to fulfill your destiny, to continue rising, and to walk in alignment with your higher calling. Let them wrestle with their fears while you stay focused on your path. You were chosen for a reason, and it's time to fully step into that power. The higher you rise, the more you'll inspire those who are ready and leave behind those who aren't. And that is the way it's meant to be. Chapter 6: The Power of Detachment. As you walk away from the competition and the drama that has surrounded you, chosen one, you will realize the true power of detachment. Detachment doesn't mean you stop caring about your goals or your success. It means you stop allowing the reactions, judgments, and insecurities of others to influence your path. You stop allowing their energy to disrupt your flow, your peace, and your purpose. Detachment is about freeing yourself from the need for external validation. You no longer require the approval of others, and you no longer feel the need to explain or justify your success. You understand that their perception of you is based on their own insecurities and limitations. It has nothing to do with your worth or your destiny. You begin to realize that, at a certain point, their opinions and hidden competition are irrelevant. When you detach from the toxic energy that has surrounded you, you create space for true abundance to flow into your life. The universe responds to your energy, not theirs. The more you let go of the need to prove yourself or engage in their games, the more you allow the universe to work its magic. You stop chasing validation and instead focus on receiving the blessings meant for you. You become magnetic to success, wealth, and opportunities because you're no longer weighed down by the negativity of those around you. Detachment also allows you to see clearly. You start to notice how much lighter you feel when you no longer carry the emotional baggage of others' jealousy or envy. You're no longer drained by their attempts to compete with you, and you're no longer affected by their passive-aggressive behavior. You see things for what they are and realize that their competition was never about you. It was about them, their insecurities and fears. As you detach, something amazing happens. You start to attract the right people into your life. The ones who genuinely want to see you succeed, who celebrate your wins without feeling threatened, and who uplift and inspire you. These are the people meant to walk with you on your journey. They don't compete with you because they understand there's enough success for everyone. They see your light and want to help it shine even brighter because they know your success doesn't diminish theirs, it enhances it. By detaching from the negative energy of competition, you make room for authentic connections, real support, and genuine growth. You stop feeling like you have to watch your back and start feeling like you can trust those who are truly in your corner. This is the power of detachment. Chosen one, the power to rise above the pettiness and focus on what really matters: your journey, your purpose, and the abundance that is already waiting for you. Chapter 7: The Inevitable Rise. Chosen one, no matter what challenges you've faced, no matter how many people have tried to compete with you, tear you down, or stand in your way, your rise is inevitable. You were born for greatness, and no amount of jealousy, rivalry, or negativity can stop you from achieving what's already destined for you. The competition you faced, the hidden rivalries, and the betrayal of those you once trusted were all part of your journey. They were lessons meant to teach you strength, resilience, and perseverance. You've seen the ugly side of success, the side most people don't talk about, but you didn't let it break you. You didn't let it make you bitter. Instead, you used it as fuel to keep pushing forward, growing and rising. Your rise is inevitable because you've done the work. You've put in the hours, the energy, and the focus. You've faced challenges that would have made others quit, but you kept going. You've learned to trust yourself, trust the universe, and trust the process. Now, the universe is ready to reward you. The success coming your way is beyond what you've imagined. It's going to elevate you to levels you once thought were out of reach. You're going to step into a new reality, one where abundance flows freely, where opportunities seem to appear out of nowhere, and where your hard work finally pays off in ways that others will struggle to comprehend. Not everyone will celebrate your success. In life, your victories will not always be met with open arms or kind words. As you rise, you will inevitably encounter individuals who feel threatened by your progress. For some, your success will act as a mirror, reflecting their own unfulfilled dreams and untapped potential. This will spark a quiet, internal competition and urge to compare themselves to you, to measure their worth against yours. Some will harbor resentment, veiling their envy in indifference or subtle critique, while others may be unable to hide their bitterness, letting it manifest in their actions or words. But their negativity will no longer hold power over you. You have evolved beyond the need to seek approval from others. The judgments and insecurities of those around you have ceased to matter because you now understand your mission. You have discovered the clarity and strength that come from being deeply connected to your purpose. Your focus has shifted so completely to your journey, your vision, and the blessings flowing into your life that you do not even notice the critics anymore. Their voices are drowned out by the symphony of your own determination, passion, and belief. Your rise is inevitable, not because of luck or chance, but because you have outgrown the constraints that once held you back. You no longer require external validation to feel worthy. The fear of being misunderstood or misjudged is a weight you no longer carry. You no longer strive to prove your value to anyone because you have uncovered the truth within yourself. You are enough. You have always been enough. This deep-rooted self-belief is the foundation of the success that is unfolding in your life. You are worthy of the dreams you are manifesting. You are deserving of the abundance that is making its way to you, step by step. The life you are stepping into is not just a dream, it is a reality that you have built through tireless dedication, relentless perseverance, and an unshakable commitment to your goals. Soon, your everyday life will be a testament to the power of determination, a reality where the results of your hard work will speak louder than any words ever could. Others will observe in awe, wondering how you managed to achieve so much, how you overcame the obstacles, and how you seem to rise above the chaos, the drama, and the setbacks. They will speculate, question, and perhaps even doubt, but they will not understand the full story. The truth, dear chosen one, is that your success was never about them. It was never about their opinions, their approval, or even their criticisms. It was always about you. It was your energy, your resilience, and your belief in your own worth that carried you forward. It was your ability to keep moving even when the path was unclear, to keep believing when circumstances seemed impossible, and to keep growing in the face of every challenge. The universe has been preparing you for this moment all along. Every trial you faced, every setback you endured, was not meant to break you, but to build you into the person you are today. And now, the time has come. This is your moment to step into your power, to fully embrace the life you were destined for. The universe has aligned everything perfectly in your favor, paving the way for your greatness. You no longer have to question whether you are ready, whether you are deserving, or whether you belong. The answer has always been yes. You are ready. You are deserving. You belong. Keep going, chosen one. Keep rising higher, with your eyes fixed on the horizon and your heart anchored in your purpose. The world needs your light. The world needs your unique gifts and talents. Do not let fear, doubt, or the negativity of others dim the brilliance you carry within. You are unstoppable. Bold ear. As you move forward, take a moment to reflect on how far you have come. Think about all the battles you have fought and won, all the lessons you have learned, and all the ways you have grown. The drama and rivalry that once seemed so overwhelming now feel insignificant in comparison to the greatness you are stepping into. Those distractions are beneath you because you are destined for something far greater. Trust in your journey, chosen one. Trust that every step you take is guided by a higher purpose. The universe is working in harmony with your intentions, aligning everything you need at the perfect time. The path ahead is clear, and the opportunities are limitless. Stay blessed, chosen one. Your rise is no longer a distant possibility, it is here. This is your time to shine, to live fully in your power, and to inspire others with your light. The world has been waiting for you, and now it is ready to receive all that you have to offer. Step forward boldly, knowing that your journey is just beginning.